Hey Disney fans, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take a look at a doll that technically is not mine. My good friend Melinda pre-ordered the set, and she was, and I was too actually, worried I wouldn't be able to get Hades because the edition number was so low, and everyone's been talking about him, that the sweetheart that she has went ahead and sent the pre-order to my house so I could at least review a Hades. So he will be leaving my premises here this weekend. I'm going to drive up to where she lives and take this one to her. But I thankfully was able to order one online yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and get my own here hopefully soon. But today we will take a look at Hades. He is wicked cool, so stay tuned as we look at all the details that this really, really cool doll does have to offer. All right, so as usual, the first thing we'll take a look at is the box here. You can see same design, that really cool like cracked glass opening, because the artwork and all that when it was released showed shattered glass of them breaking into the ball, which I thought was pretty cool. Hades has more of the blue undertones, but also you are seeing there the rainbow effect. So his is kind of a little mix of what Maleficent's looked like, I think, personally in my book, as well as the last one, which was the Evil Queen. I think they both, he kind of brings in both those. So we got the rainbow, but we've also got, like if you see here, that blue teal that Maleficent had. So the amazing artwork once again by Steve Thompson. Disney's designer collection Midnight Masquerade series, limited one of 4,300, so much, much lower. Hades masks are there, of course, in the artwork. If we turn him to the side, of course, we'll see the splatter paint, more of the artwork there. And then here on the back, there's a little bit about the doll. If you'd like to pause and read it there, you can. But there we do have the wonderful artwork. I'm going to be honest, this part right here looks so much better on the artwork than it does on the doll. That's just my personal opinion though. I know a lot of people really like how he looks, and that's great. That's why I love that this collection has something literally for everybody, but the rest of them is pretty awesome. So there is the artwork again by Steve Thompson, Hades on the side, and we are now back to the front. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open this really quickly here, and you guys will kind of see here we do have like a Greek column on this flap, and then a Greek column and some splatter paint on this side of the flap. And then over here, obviously, is Hades, but there is his cutout. So a very geometric type look to it, with some, looks like one of the Pain or Panic there at the bottom. But yeah, so now we'll go ahead, we'll get this off, and we'll take a look at the doll himself. Alrighty guys, well now we've got that plastic cover off. We can see Hades without any of that crazy glare, and we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. So as you can see, of course, we do have that foil background. This one, of course, is more blue and purple. You do see the red and green flashes. That's just because of the hologram nature of that paper, but of course it is more of the blue purples to match Hades. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at him now. So Hades has obviously one of the coolest face molds. I think that's really wicked awesome. So much detail. Being a male doll, he does not have any rooted hair or rooted eyelashes, and that's okay. It would have been kind of hard to do, I think, although they did do Ursula's, and her hair is all swept up. They probably could have done Hades' hair like that too, but this does work. So he does have his yellow beady eyes kind of sunken in with that darker color around them, his extremely pointy nose, big grin, big chin, and pointed teeth. He does have his high cheekbones there, looking really, really wicked and pretty awesome for the god of the underworld. So really do like his face mold. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it could have been half the size and only on one side of his head instead of all the way over and blocking his face. My opinion, you guys can disagree, perfectly fine. If you love it, great. It is separate. It is not molded to him. It is a separate piece. However, it is molded to fit around his shoulders the way that it's on, from what I can tell. I don't debox. So if there's a way to spin it so that all that's in the back, perfect. If not, anyhow, that is my take on that part. Coming down here, we do see he's got kind of a pleather collar with some silver embroidery going on and some blue embroidery on the edge. Very neat take on that. I do like that quite a bit. On his shoulder here, we do have this really cool molded, kind of like a skull with horns creature, I guess. Not quite sure, but it is pretty cool. That's just kind of a neat little shoulder piece. And then of course off of that, you can see down there we do have his cape, which is pleated off of each shoulder, looking pretty awesome. And I do like that feature pretty well too. I love his cape. It's kind of a silky blue material. Very, very neat. Coming down, you do see we have Pain and Panic here as his masks. He's the only one that has two. So a very neat metallic green paint. And of course, a very, very cool metallic corally pink paint. Those, of course, do attach to Hades' head if you were to unbox and put them on him. So that would be a neat feature, but I don't debox. So these, well, this is actually Melinda. So these, I'm sure, will be staying in the box for her too. She doesn't debox either. So coming off of his collar, we do have these chains, which I think is a really neat touch, especially for the god of the underworld, because, you know, you think of the underworld and Hades and all that kind of stuff, chains and cages and all that kind of thing. You just kind of comes into play there. So I think that touch is really, really nice. Those are metal. Very cool that they've got them draped and then hanging down. I do like that quite a bit. His toga is pleated and it does come down to his waist. Now, one thing I do want to point out, obviously Hercules has a new body mold. I think this is pretty cool. This tells me, and I was talking to one of my friends the other night about this could easily turn into a Hercules doll someday. So if they ever do a little couples dolls again, they could easily, since we've already got a Meg from last year, easily do a Meg and Hercules by using Hades body mold. I think that would be really, really cool. He does have new hand molds. I think those are cool too. They kind of got like a Skeletor look to him. I think that's pretty fun. But back to his outfit here, I just wanted to point that out that, you know, we do have a really cool body mold. He does have a pleather belt that has 3 pieces that hang down. There's probably another one in the back, but I can't see it. The belt itself is a plastic molded like skull. And then there's some horns and another skull on each side, painted in a really cool metallic blue, purple paint there. Very, very well done. These pleather pieces, of course, have what looks like flame, teeth, and eyes, and then they are attached with chains themselves. So again, a really neat touch, adding to that designer feel that this series, of course, is supposed to bring to the table. The rest of his toga is just a simple black, and it does go all the way down to his stand. It is pinned in multiple places. So unfortunately, guys, I will not be able to show you Hades' legs, but he does have legs, and from what I can feel, there are boots on his feet. So whoever deboxes, definitely go and check out their video. You'll be able to see them a little bit better, as of course I cannot show those to you. Then at the bottom, we do have this kind of crumpled up crinoline type material. It is a lot darker than what my camera is picking it up at. My camera is making it a lot like it's a gray color. It actually is a, there we go, that's better. A dark, dark black. So there's the proper color of it. Very cool. It's kind of made to look like the smoke that's always at his feet. It's pinned down in the box in many places. So just an FYI, guys, if you do debox, you're going to be cutting a lot of ties, but it would be, I don't know what it looks like unboxed. I don't know if it stays in this shape or not. You guys will have to let me know. But the really cool feature about Hades is his cape here. So you can see on the background, we have the souls swirling around on his cape, which I think is such a neat touch here. So all these little body shapes of the souls that have departed and have made their way to the underworld, and he is containing them all here in his cape. They are done in a blue metallic ink on this satin background. Such a neat touch. And then his cape itself at the bottom does have some tears in it, just to kind of give it that tattered look, I guess, and it is working very, very well for him. So that is Hades, ladies and gentlemen. He's a wicked cool doll. He's not my favorite. Evil Queen is still my favorite, and I know that's an extremely unpopular opinion, but Hades is still pretty darn neat. So there he is. And then, of course, they made 4300, and Melinda's is number 1207 of that 4300. So if you'd like to pause and read the COA, you can. Alrighty, guys, well, thank you for joining me on my review of the new Hades Disney Designer Series Midnight Masquerade doll. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about this doll, of course, leave those in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer you back. And if you guys have any questions about anything else in my collection, by all means, leave those questions down below. And of course, I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Alrighty, guys, well, this does wrap up the series. There were 6 dolls, and it is finally done. Just a side note, if you are a D23 member and you pre-ordered the set, it's not like past years where you get the same number on every doll. These dolls all had different numbers. Literally every single one of them was a different number. I got, well, I guess I didn't. Melinda got a 62 or an 82, I think, or something like that on her Maleficent. And then this one was 1207. And then I think the Ursula was like 680. I mean, they were literally all over the place. So just an FYI, they will not match. And I kind of had a feeling that was the case because I got some lower ones on my other dolls. And usually, I think on the pre-orders, usually numbers 1 through 500 went to the pre-order and the rest were divvied out to stores and online. So obviously that didn't happen this year, but that's okay. So Melinda, coming to you Saturday. Don't worry, we'll get your Hades to you, and I'm looking forward to getting mine in the mail. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having an extra magical day, and we will see you real soon.